Yo, hey, 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 Latte, hey, Miss Edmonds, hey, my Becca Wecca, Miss Lots, look here, hey, Miss Rolanda, y'all know when I get fixated on something, it's kind of hard to stop. And this Diddy situation has got me in a chokehold because this has been going on for about 25 years. So when I hear new things, I'm like, wait a minute, something is wrong. Something is really wrong. And I hate this. Hey, Models. Something is really, hey, Miss Phelps. Y'all. And I hate because the narrative is, we shouldn't tear the men down and we shouldn't tear our brothers down. But I have to publicly go on record and saying I believe that Diddy should be charged with something. I do. Is it the Slex trafficking? Maybe not. But I think that he needs to be charged with something. And I really do believe in my heart of hearts that he is a very dangerous man. I do, y'all. I do. And I feel I done danced to him. I done did the Diddy dance. We done danced to all these hits and ignored so many different things. And I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I really feel like he's a very dangerous man. And that's my opinion. Hey, Virgo. I really do, y'all. So has anyone ever heard of Shakir Stewart when it comes to Diddy? And that's why if you notice when I posted earlier when like my moment where I was like, okay, I'm fearful now. Has anyone heard of Shakir Stewart? Hey, Truth Slayer or Chris Lighty. Y'all might have heard of Chris Lighty, but maybe not Shakir Stewart. And if not, I'm just gonna let you know. So he replaced Jigga Man as the executive president of Def Jam in 2008. 2008. So that is Shakir Stewart, and this is why I'm concerned. Anybody heard of him, Shakir Stewart, or know his story or his history or anything of the sort? Y'all, I feel like this man is the boogeyman. Hey, Miss Fee. I really feel like he's the boogeyman. And now, when I start paying attention to someone and their motives and everything that they've been connected with, I'm looking at like past videos of him and his eyes. And oh, y'all. Okay, so Shakir Stewart. So this is tied to Kim Porter. So we know Kim Porter was linked to Diddy for years. She was married to Al B. Sure at the time. She was an intern for Andre Harrell during that time. Thank you, Latte. Welcome. I just popped on, Tiff. Just popped on because you know how I get. Like, I got to get it out. So, Kim Porter, he met her. She was interning for Andre Harrell. Clive Davis, y'all, we're going to have to go down that rabbit hole one day. So, Kim Porter was the intern, caught Diddy's eye, married to Al B. Sure. They separated. Boom. Kim and Diddy get together. Now, it's no secret. Multiple people have reported how possessive he is when he loves a woman and how, fixated he becomes of them. Yes, hit the like button. So, when Kim Porter decided to part ways, multiple people have reported, this is not like a rumor, that he tapped her phone and he began listening to her conversations to see who she was engaging with or who she was dating, things that she was talking about. And during that conversation he found out that she was catching the eye of Shakir Stewart, who again took Jay-Z's role as the executive VP of Def Jam Reppers. And Mr. Stewart, very cute man, by the way. You ever look at certain men and you say, wow, you might smell good. He has that look. He looks like one of those men that smell good. So she was canoodling with Shakir Stewart. Now, once he found this out at a public party with all the execs and the fancy people, Shakir Stewart was present and Kim Porter. And that is where Kim Porter's nose, even though I have to use this word, but it's not, but her nose was allegedly broken by Diddy. And not only was her nose allegedly broken by Diddy, at that time, he threw a chair and began to physically assault Shakir Stewart. Again, took over Jay-Z's role in 2008. Okay. Yes, Miss Fee, I did. I did. So in multiple videos. Just Google Shakir Stewart and his family. And to his family, if you see this, if it comes in the algorithm, I my condolences to your loss. My condolences. And multiple people have spoken out prior to Shakir Stewart's demise. He was acting very strange. He was in his home. He was acting as if someone was around him. Became extremely paranoid, and this is after his run-in with no other than Diddy. Okay. So, a few days before his passing, he became paranoid, stayed in the house, and then people that were having conversations with him that were like something felt off. Like they felt like something was off. Well, Mr. Shakir Stewart perished from a quote unquote self-inflicted gunshot wound, which shocked his family because when you know someone, right? So this was odd that he passed away under these weird circumstances, and his behavior the days, weeks before in this run in with Mr. Diddy. Yes, Brittany. Hey, my poo, I love you. So, exactly. And I think that's too. Now, Kim Porter was also linked to Chris Lighty. I'm not going to go there. We'll have this story next week. But Chris Lighty also perished under weird circumstances. So now these are two men romantically linked allegedly to Kim Porter that both passed away to hmm, weird circumstances. Now, Andre Harrell was not linked to Kim Porter romantically. However, there was some scuttlebutt between the two gentlemen, and Andre Harrell also passed away weird circumstances. Believe it was a heart attack or something along those lines, but weird circumstances. So that brings me to Kim Porter. Now, it's not common when someone passes away, you got to do the toxicology and all that and find out what's going on. And so I wasn't too like, when it was found that it took so long to find her cause of death. Now, originally, her cause of death started with an H. That was changed. And hey, Miss Ray, that was changed. And months later, it was identified as natural causes pneumonia. Now, this is why I love you so much, my treasure poo. I do. I do. This is why I think this is weird. So they were going to bring in a specialist, um, Caucasian male. Was it Edward? I gotta find his last name, but if I'm not mistaken, Bronx girl. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And hey, boo. Hey, me, us. So they were bringing in this specialist. I don't know if you guys remember. There was like a HBO specialist guy. I think it was like Bazin or something. He was like really sick with the autopsies. Like you would send any crazy cases and he can find out like the time and what they ate. This was like the level that this guy was on. And they were he was going to look into the Kim Porter case as into the natural causes and pneumonia. Well, he passed away under weird circumstances. Heart attack, allegedly. So this is why, listen, y'all. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. I'm not saying that this man is guilty. I'm not of what he's being accused of. I'm just saying there's so many stories out there with him that makes me say, wait a minute now. Now, if you remember the situation with Shine, and his artist that went to jail for 9 years. Or did he do 10? I think he did 9. So when he went to jail, and they were all at this club. The woman, and I just posted it, the video, she's recently speaking out. Please go look at that video. Even if you don't want to support it on my channel, give the original, the channel that posted the video that interviewed her. But whatever, I posted it on my wall. But in 25 plus years, this woman has never changed her story. She was hit in the nose at that attack when those SHOTS rang out. So she stated that she was face to face with her SHOOTER. And she said it was him, Diddy. She knows who did it. She was facing him. She was hit in the nose. She testified under oath with this. This is the man who did it. However, Diddy gets off. Shine goes to jail for 9 years. Now, Shine was Diddy's artist. And what's so weird about that, he was also on his label as his artist. Diddy hires the Dream Team. He got Cochran and all other people. They give Shine just some old little rinky dink. Baby girl says, thank you for the cash app, baby. Shine gets some old little rinky dink attorneys. So much so that he complained to the judge, like, hey, listen, my attorneys are kind of weird. I don't like this. This isn't weird. So what does Diddy do? Diddy defense brings in a witness that testifies against Shine. And Shine is saying, wait, hey, friend, buddy, pal, how is it that we're in this together? The cases are separated. You got the Dream Team. I got Hucklebuck Finn. And y'all bringing people to testify against me? This doesn't make sense. Thank you, my treasure Pooh. And he's sentenced. Now, Shine, I give it to him. He's the ambassador, I think, of his hometown, what, Belize or whatever. Seems to be a very spiritual man. He's forgiven him. He's moved on in life. But this speaks to his character, y'all. This speaks to his character. Miss J, I love you. This speaks to his character. Like, am I tripping or am I tripping? Because when people behave like this, at some point you need to believe them, right? Like, wait a minute. And let's not get into that alleged story with Wale being held over by his feet outside the window. But that's a whole nother conversation and when another conversation. I love you too, Miss J. I love you. I love you. I love you. So I'm gonna go back to another situation. Craig Mack, rest in peace. I loved him. I really did. He was just so gentle. I don't know. Something about Craig Mack that always played on my heartstrings. So Craig Mack got into the situation with Diddy where he was supposed to release, I think it was either the sophomore or maybe junior album. And Diddy says, okay, we're going to do it, but you got to get rid of your manager and you got to use Bad Boy manager. Craig Mack said, well, wait a minute. My manager is my best friend that I've known since way before you. I'm not doing that. Diddy didn't like it. He shelved him, etc., etc. Parted ways, kept him on ice, and they ended up parting ways. Okay, that's not too big of a deal, right? However, Craig Mack does an interview years later, and where he says that he was fearful to the point where he had to walk around with a firearm and even contemplated taking him out before he would get to him because of the threats that he was receiving. Now, I don't understand why people, all of these, yes, please. Good evening, Samuel. I don't understand with all these stories where people don't start to see the character and the conduct. And I think this is somebody that's been right under our noses in our community behaving poorly and really taking artists out of their money. Um a lot of people have not received any revenue from him. The poor group, I don't know if you guys remember or not, they were a little boy group. They kind of resembled like they were trying to take on the Jackson 5 appeal. These little light-skinned little boys, B5. That was his group. These young men to this day, and the one he was, I want to say something like 12 or something. Hey, Cancer, when they first came on with Diddy, and these boys to this day have never received a dime. And they were headline, well, not headlining, but they were a part of some really big tours, opening acts for them. And to this day, they haven't received any royalties from any of their money, and they received their money from their live performances. Yes, he did, Treasure. Yes, and somebody had posted, I forgot, was it you, Treasure, about Kid Cudi and confirming that his car did mysteriously blow up in the driveway after he was romantically linked to Cassie? Yeah, exactly, Becca Wecca. B5. That's another group that he did this to. So I said that to say, oftentimes, y'all, we don't want to believe certain things, especially if it's someone that we've loved, we've supported. But I really think that Diddy has exhibited bad behavior for years. And a lot of people kind of just ignored it. And a lot of people have been telling their stories silently. But I feel like so many, hey, Miss Winfrey, I think that a lot of people are scared of him, and I think for good reason, y'all. I think he is a man to be feared. I think he has way more power than we probably all know. And now that I think about it, just with more and more stuff that's coming out and being exposed, I don't see too many people other than that crazy Curtis. 50 don't give a hoot nanny about nobody. Respectfully, April Hey Baby and Danity Kane. 50 gonna say what he wants to say. But if you notice, not too many people are speaking out against him or even saying anything derogatory. And to keep it a buck, I'm really surprised that the Shade Room posted about him, because normally they're pretty biased when it comes to certain artists of power. They're just not gonna say the bad. Hey Mama Three, how you doing? And not too many people, when you look at it, other than the artists or people that he's wronged, not too many people publicly speak out about him. And I'm still concerned about old Justin Bieber, who once upon a time was hanging out with Diddy, and before you know it, he kind of not went crazy, but just separated from everything and just living a different life. It's just, I don't know. It just seems like people that are attached to him and detached, it's a reason for it. I'm a strong believer, when there's smoke, there's fire, y'all. And I don't want to, no, I'm not even saying bashing him. No. Yeah, it is what it is. I am going to speak on the wrong that he's done. And I'm sorry. It is what it is. I know that he's a minority male. I'm happy that a male was able to reach his success. We don't have too many billionaires left, and that's amazing. But Diddy has done a lot of wrong things, and I think some that should deserve charges for. And not to mention, I can't forget about the woman that identified this man as for SHOOTING in her in the face. But she was just kind of like, oh, she's crazy. And she's, hey, Miss Gloria. And she's been telling this story for years. And this man got to walk away scot free while his artist took the rap, did 9 years, was dropped from his label as soon as he went to jail. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel like he is someone that I can 100% support and hope that they're proven innocent. Now, if he's innocent of these charges, of course I would not want him to be held accountable for them, but I do think that someone needs to take a further look into his practices and things that he's done. And I think that he's certainly crossed the line when it comes to the women that he's dated. I certainly believe that he crossed the line with Cassie and Kim Porter, and multiple people have spoken about that. And I really think that Kim Porter case needs to be reopened. I feel like something is wrong with him. I really do. And I pondered with that, like, is this, could this just be they're trying to, because we've seen this time and time again, where when it comes to certain minorities, how they're kind of just ostracized or they're hit with these erroneous charges. But looking at the history of Diddy and all of the things that multiple people have said about him, multiple fallouts, we can't forget the infamous argument with the Angie Martinez with the locks, basically begging to be released out of their contract and even having to pay him $3 million to get released, and then he still not give them their publishing. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot that he's done has been really, really wrong. And I feel like he's wronged a lot of people. I think that he's taken up from a lot of people. And I think a lot of the songs that we've grown to love for years, these people never receive the proper compensation for that. And while he's a billionaire, a lot of them are left in unfortunate situations. Craig Mack is no longer here. Keith Murray, I just posted a video. He was linked to Diddy for a short time, but I just posted a video of him. He's basically an addict. Mace is still doing well. Congrats to him, because he got away. Total, you don't really hear about them too much, but the young lady is married to Omar Epps, so I'm sure he protected her. Um, J Lo got out of Dodge. Kim Porter is no longer with us. I'll Be Sure, while he was recording, just suddenly collapsed and was in a coma for months and couldn't walk or speak. Biggie is no longer with us. I mean, the list goes on when it comes to people that's associated with him. He was connected to Keefe D, who's now in jail for the M of Tupac. And once upon a time, Diddy contacted him for basically security to come to LA. So he is linked to that particular party. You see what I'm saying? It's too much. It's too much, y'all. It's too much. And when it's too much, something in the milk ain't clean. It's just too much. It's too much. Yes, hit the like button. It's too much, y'all. And I think he is one to be feared. I really do. I feel like he is. And I think he could have been well. Exactly, Brittany. Look at I mean, and this isn't just someone pulling it up. Look at who he's linked to. And the history associated with darn near everyone. It's just like, geez, buddy, what's going on here? Thank you, Sam. Something stanky in Denmark. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And I think he needs to be honest. Black Rob, thank you, peace be still. Black Rob passed away. I mean, I don't know. I just I feel like maybe the ego came into play with him, and I did not know the name Puff came from his anger, allegedly. No, not allegedly, that's true. That he said that even in a documentary, and people close to him, he has somewhat of a temper, and he would like kind of huff and puff, and even as a young age. So that's why they called him Puff Daddy, because he, would just huff and puff. So that's where Puff even came from in its entirety. So I don't know, you guys. I just feel like, I don't know. I'm starting to feel kind of let down and disappointed that I supported this much with these bad practices and kind of just overlooked it and did the Harlem Shake to it. But I don't know. I feel like he's problematic. I really do. And it's so many people that aren't here that were associated with him to tell his stories. You ever notice how Miss Christopher Wallace's mom never came out and supported him? Mrs. Wallace never came out and said that he's a great guy. Now, this was supposedly someone your best friend. Craig Mack was his first artist. Biggie was his second. You claimed that you were best friends. So why does the best friend mom not support you? Why is the best friend's mom not associated with you? It's just little things like that that you start to pay attention to that make you say, huh, huh, you know? I don't know, you guys. I think he's problematic. And even if one of Cassie's accusations are true, that's enough for me because, excuse me, guys, hold up, gotta burp. Because out of all of them, one alone is enough to make me say, something is wrong with you, sir. Something is wrong. Right, Miss J. Yes, I forgot. Oh, I forgot that bodyguard's name too, but I know who you're talking about. Yes, Treasure. They did name him in those docs. He won't be honest. Too many bodies on his hand. If he's proven guilty, he'll before they throw it in prison. I agree. I agree with that. I don't think that he would. Yeah, I agree, April. I do. He's always been about himself, and I don't think he wants anyone to be more successful than him. Good point, Mama Three. I definitely think he's about self. I really do. Biggie's anniversary, his house gets raided full circle. Ooh, I heard that R. Kelly ratted on Diddy while he was in jail so he can get an early release date. I haven't heard that, Becca Wecca. I haven't. I have not heard that. My sentiments exactly, Brittany. At some point, I feel like people just need to see that something ain't right. Everything might not be, but at least be able to collectively say that something ain't right when it comes to him. Something ain't right. Something ain't right, y'all. I don't know. I feel like he's the boogeyman. I really do. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I have an uneasy feeling because I feel like we're going to hear some things that we probably don't want to hear or that's going to be shocking when it comes to him. I really do. I really do. I don't like it. I don't like these eerie circumstances. I don't like how Shakira stored the self-inflicted wound. Like I don't like any of this that's connected. I don't like the car of Kid Cudi blowing up in the driveway. Like, really? Are we like living out movies? Like, what? Are we that arrogant? Really? And I get it. to get ahead, you got to get a little dirty. No one successful has not had to, boss up or put people in their place or make horrible decisions that was costly. I get that. But I feel like to this extent, thank you, Betty. I appreciate you. And it's bad when Nancy Grace gets a hold of the story, y'all. Nancy Grace is talking about it, so it's something serious. But Princess Kate came out not too long ago. I think Treasure with the cancer diagnosis. I think. Oh, there was something else I said the other day with the Diddy update that I wanted to correct. So apparently, the gentleman that pulled up and made the statement about, oh my goodness, all these girls won 3 o'clock in the morning. Apparently, he's a clout chaser. Um, so even if that's true, I want to put that out there that that might not have been 100% accurate. And since I put it out there, I got to put that out there too. But you can just Google the video and see the clout chasing gentleman that made that statement when they rate it. But I don't know. It's just scary, you guys. Yeah, I really do. And this makes me, peace be still. This makes me think of that young Brashear Gray that was on Empire and associated with Lee Daniels and Diddy and Will Smith and all of the things that happened to him. I just feel like you guys, what everyone in these young artists and young men strive to want to be and work in the studio and become the rapper and the famous. I feel like it is a very dark world. I feel like it's a dark industry, and I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like it's extremely dark when you get there. And what there being, a certain plateau or a certain level, I think is very dark, and I think it's sinister. I do. I do believe certain things have to be done. I do believe that certain people in power probably took advantage of young artists, and that's just my opinion. I do. And just looking at how so many were so young and jovial and happy when they first come in, and then you see them years later and it's just like, what happened to you? I just feel like it's very sinister. I really do. Yeah, Samuel, and that's what I was thinking too. A lot of people, when it comes to the feds now, that's a different circumstance. Those that's a different that's the big time. Yeah, Treasure. It was she did a news report. Yeah, boo. Yes. It came out with Kate with her cancer diagnosis. I haven't heard anything different, but yeah, she had sat down and came out and admitted to that. I don't know, you guys. It's false. Thank you, Miss Gloria. Yeah, I thought I read too that that guy was a clout chaser, and that's why I wanted to put it out there, too. Yeah, smash the like button. I don't know, you guys. I just feel like I don't like it. I don't like it. I think Holly Weird is definitely weird, and I feel like more and more is going to be exposed. Did you know that Russell they caught, um, not caught, but Russell was served while he's out of the country, but he too was, hit and served regarding his case as well about, 48 hours ago or something like that while he was at a wedding. So I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't like it. I don't like the chatter about a lot of these execs. I don't like the chatter about a lot of these people in power. I feel like it's very wicked there. And I don't feel like Diddy's hands are clean. And even if he's not guilty of the trafficking, he's certainly guilty of other things. And that's just my opinion. And can't take it from me. Nana nana boo boo. It's my opinion. Young artists don't realize how they're getting yoked when the record company lay all that cash on them up front. Exactly. Exactly. Chatty, there's a new doc about Nickelodeon. Yes, and I feel like this too was a nice little distraction to get us off that. But trust me, I'm certainly my eye is on that Nickelodeon scandal. Just saying. Yes, you heard that. Okay, Becca Wecca. Miss Judge J say I will never understand how the parents allow their child to go with a group of grown men without a oh honey, Miss J. It's starting with some of them women that sent their their daughters to even meet R. Kelly and be around him. I'm sorry. I will never forget the Aaliyah situation. And me personally, with that accusation alone, I would have never had my child around. That was I'm a one and done type of woman. So with that situation alone, you wouldn't I would have been good on him. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have needed I wouldn't have need to hear any other story because that was enough for me. That was a child. You were a grown man. Sorry. Mm-mm. I would have been done after that. But I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. I gotta be upfront. I was out here stepping in the name of love too, and jip inside, round and round, do this and bring it back, and that means do the love slide. Yeah, my drunk ass did that at several cookouts. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't, y'all. But the reality is he's been gross since then. Just saying. What are they doing about the Nickelodeon stuff? It's always exactly Late. They're not. And that's why me personally, I don't know what everybody else is doing, but I'm working on my video about it, to put it out there. The algorithm 9 times out of 10 isn't gonna boost it. You know how it goes. But I'm certainly gonna talk about it. But they don't like to talk about certain situations like that. But I will, but they won't boost that. I promise you they won't. Just saying. Yes, treasure. They were crazy. Chatty, did you see the lady who says she used to give her son the dick? No, Miss Fee, what? Child, give me the tea. I need the tea on that. All right, Brittany with the question. Do you guys think that they found something on Diddy? If he did wrong, then he needs to go to jail. But if innocent, then great. But yeah, I don't like the eerie feeling that I get from P. Diddy. My personal opinion, I do think that they found something there. I do. That's just my opinion. Nope, I haven't. There's nothing to substantiate that, you guys. It's just my opinion. I do think that they found something. I don't know what's going to come of it, but I tell you, they're not going to. Homeland Security isn't going to arrive if they didn't have something big to even have that warrant granted. So that's just my opinion. Miss J says, "Don't get me started on those parents from that R. Kelly thing. That part, I'm sorry. I was one of those, yeah, where I feel like as a parent, it's our job to protect. And if you know that a man was linked to marrying an underage girl, don't send your underage girl anywhere around him. I just wouldn't. Just saying. Just saying." Right. Y'all was out here stepping in the name of love too. Girl, I was at somebody cookout with somebody's uncle or nephew stepping in the name of love, child. Separate, bring it back. Now let me see you do the left slide, child. Yes, at the cookout. I ain't shit dancing to that man's music. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta keep it real. Hey, Jesse. Right, Miss J, get it, son. Hey, little mama, why you just so funky? Yeah, we say funky, why to see? What's up, little mama? Somebody got fired from it. Who got fired? From what? Shelly Boo. Hey, my shells. D Ham, brother from another. How you doing? How you do it? Diddy going down? I feel like he going down for something. I agree with you there, Shells. I feel like he going down for something. Say it again, Samuel. They will investigate you for, man, listen. Them boys, whole nother story. Those boys, look here, whole nother story. I don't know, y'all. I just feel like it's something there with Mr. Love or whatever he calling himself nowadays. And I feel like he has a history that we ignored. Just saying. And I want to know what made that man that was linked to Kim Porter, what made him allegedly unalive himself. It's just weird. It's just all of these situations with this man is very weird. Kid Cudi's car on fire. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't feel well about it. And like I said, with the Cassie accusations alone, let's just say that 45 of them are false. out of the 45, they're all horrible. They're every last one of them are horrible. Even if it's just one that's true, they're all horrible, and it all paints the picture to a very sick man, possessive man. And I'm still trying to see if Wale was literally hanging out a window. Wale, can you clear that up one day? Because I don't know. The stories are real aloof, but they out there that man and his bodyguards had you hanging out a window. That's scary. That's suspicious. I'm concerned. Mm-mm. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Ooh, Queen B. Look here with Treasure. Now that don't get me in trouble. Yeah, I'ma just we'll have to talk about that offline, child, because I got some things. mm Treasure, it's funny. Both stories released at the same time, knowing that Diddy's story would have more airtime. Yes, I do believe that. I don't think it's any coincidence with the timing when it comes to certain stories because a lot of people should be focusing. Hey, Nancy Grace, let's put that in the algorithm. Nancy Grace, can you do a special about the Nickelodeon scandal? Just saying, let's be fair. Let's be fair. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it all. You know? Let's talk about them all. Harvey, Jeffrey, but everybody, Like I said, I don't think that he's by himself. I feel like it's a ring. Diddy's not the only one. Just saying. Oprah, you ain't never talk about Harvey too much. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's way deeper and a lot more needs to be discussed because I certainly feel like it's a little crew. Just saying. But that is my opinion and my opinion alone. It did, Treasure. It did. Yes, Miss Gloria, I have heard of Mr. Gene. And Mr. Gene, not only, yes, Samuel Russell Simmons, he was just, they went and served him. He thinks he was okay over there. And where is he at? Bali or wherever? Yeah, but he was just served within like 48, 72 hours when it comes to his R case or, SA case. So, yeah, he wasn't safe either. Just saying. It's a lot going on. It is a lot going on. And she steals a lot. Shout out to K Michelle, even though I'm not like a really like a big supporter of hers. But when you have a mainstream artist like Beyonce that's coming out and saying that she's now in country music, which is great. I feel like we should be able to do whatever type of music we want. But K Michelle, an artist that's way smaller, has expressed her love for it, and I think even did a country album. But she wouldn't get that recognition. So shout out to K Michelle for being like the first R&B artist to me, female minority artist that expressed an interest in country that's now kind of overshadowed by Beyonce show. I always root for the underdog, so shout out to you, K Michelle, wherever you may be, or if this happens to get into a K Michelle fan algorithm, give her props. She did it first. Gotta be fair. Yeah, she has some ways with her. She does, Brett. She has some ways. She has some ways. She does. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know. well, damn, Miss J, tell me how you really feel. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Every time I hear it, I do. This ain't Texas. I gotta like. I can't. Like it's just. I can't hear it this often. It comes on a lot. This ain't Texas. Woo, we can't hold them. Woo, yeah. Like I can't. I'm not. I don't want to. So get somebody else to do it because I'm not. I'm not. So, um, to each his own. But I'm tired of that. Every time I hear it, this ain't Texas. Oh my gosh, I haven't even had my coffee yet. Like, can you please let me drop my kid off to school before you play this? I'm not. This ain't Texas. Oh, it's like it gets in your head. Woo! I'm not doing this. Yeah, I'm straight on that, you guys. I'm just not gonna do it. Yeah, Miss Gloria. It's definitely a lot of names in this story. It's a lot of names. As always, now, Treasure, see, this is why you're gonna get me in trouble and get me talking because you remember there was some scutterbutt where people were talking about her shade looking visibly lighter. And at first I was like, whatever. I wouldn't have paid attention to it had Mama Tina not went on and made a post about how black people need to stop and do this. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. She kind of does though. That's just my opinion. I thought that maybe because she be over in yachts and in other countries that maybe, she wasn't by no sun, and that happens sometimes. Melanated people they tan. If you're lighter, you can tan, or if you're not in the sun, you don't get a tan. But then the more I started looking at her, I was like, well, wow, she does kind of look a little different. But who am I? Who am I? But I'm not going there. Don't get me in trouble, Treasure. Before them real bees sting, Beyonce bees. But yeah, child. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Listen, you don't gotta listen to me. Draw your own conclusion. I'm not trying to persuade you. I just gotta put things out there that makes me say, well, huh. And a lot of this, when it comes to Diddy, Daddy, Puff Smoke, Brother Love, Brother Combs, Sean John, when it comes to all of his practices that have gone over, a couple decades now, I don't think that he's completely innocent. I think that his hands is clean, and I think he's definitely gotten dirty a lot of time. And to the young artists that are like striving to get into this industry, find something else to do, or maybe just be the ghost writer, or go into it owning everything and not signing these contracts with these people. If you can go independent and push it yourself, that might be the way to go, because the music industry is kind of just getting worse and worse. um there's other things that you can do. If you want to be in the music industry, you can produce, you can make the beats, but whatever you do, if you are going to sign a contract, make sure that you are reading over it multiple times. You have someone in your corner that's going to advise you correctly, and if you can, do it your own way independently and not even get in bed, no pun intended, with some of these people in the industry. Just saying. It's a little wicked, you guys. They are lethal, lethal, ain't they though? These people thought that they had my son. Oh no, little mama. Turn him loose. Who had him? I got to put on some slouch socks and some Reebok classics. Gloria on FB. Everyone changes that word to YT. They got me too. I'm glad they didn't get him, little mama. Protect your offspring. Because I don't. Did you? Yes, keep ownership. I gotta find it. I don't know if I posted it on my FB, you guys, or here on YT, or I might have, and they kind of might have restricted me. I'll be getting in trouble. Child, if y'all could see the videos that I try to upload that I get in trouble for, this censorship is something. But I did a video of all the people in the rap industry that were unalive within like a 5-year time span, and it was like over like 100 people on that list, even from the big artists to ones that we might not know about, that were probably just like local in their communities. But the list is probably about 100, and majority of them are black men that we've all lost. um it's just sickening. XX Tenacion, um I'm drawing blanks, but you guys know all the that we've lost. And then there were, so I had no idea just how extensive the list was, with young male black artists that we've lost to GUN violence. And it made me nauseous. It really did. It made me nauseous. It's sick. It's sick, y'all. Also, was something about a ring that they all had that was suspicious. Oh, gotta look into that. All right, you guys, this has been my chatty minute. I am going to do a video about the bridge, and just what that is going to entail to that city. To much prayers to Baltimore, Maryland. The 6 are still missing. I don't know why it's not being talked about a lot. Most of the 6 that have perished are either from Honduras or of Mexican descent. They matter, you guys. They're missing. So I don't know what you guys are doing out here in ABC world or CNN world, but let's get some pictures of these men out here and let's show them some love and support because they were working on this bridge and they're still missing. It would be nice to see their faces in a tribute, and it'd just be nice. I think it's the right thing to do. So I am going to talk about that bridge and what it entails as far as getting goods to certain areas. And I hope they can rebuild there. I really do. So, this has been my chatty minute. It has been longer than normal. You know, I kind of like to get in and get out, y'all. Just saying. But I love you guys. Draw your own conclusion. We'll touch base if I hear anything new. But I just wanted to share you that. And I guess on my note, because you know, I always have to leave with a little message to this with Diddy. I think you guys, the only thing that I can come up with is this: sometimes things or people aren't always what they seem. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. Make sure to hit the like button. Thank you so much, Mama 3. I appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button. It's free and it helps me if you give a damn. You know, I love you anyway. Later, you guys. Have a good night. Be safe. Drink some water too. Okay, bye.